you're so he's trying to pipe up. Go on, say it.
Good morning, Mon Petit.
I think it's so much better when you say it. Good morning, Mon Petit, and welcome back to my channel. We are on the road and we are heading to a very exciting destination. We've got a couple of exciting days ahead, which we are really looking forward to. We've booked a little overnight staycation for this one's birthday. Happy belated birthday, my darling.
Thank you. Thanking you.
Alex, can I tell them how old you turned?
I believe I turned 24.
21? 22?
No, I turned, what was it, 28 last year.
Oh, it's
So-
I turned, yeah, what is it she said? I turned 29 last year.
It's 28 last year.
So you're 30, yeah, 32. Alex has just celebrated his 29th birthday, so we are making the most of the fact that this is his last birthday in his 20s and doing a lovely little overnight staycation at somewhere we've actually been before, but not really experienced properly because we went for a wedding. And you know what it's like when you kind of stay for a wedding, you're obviously not getting into bed till like 1 AM and you're not really making the most of the hotel, but we are heading to the beautiful Lainston house, which I'm so excited for. It's actually a sister hotel of the hotel we went and stayed at for my birthday, South Lodge. So I'm really looking forward to it because South Lodge was incredible, and the fact that we've been before, it was one of the most amazing weddings we've ever been to. And I remember actually, I think we booked like one of the most basic rooms when we last went, and it was still absolutely beautiful. So it should be a really, really lovely staycation. We've got dinner booked tonight. We're just gonna explore the grounds, just have a lovely, like, restful and relaxing time. We don't really have any plans, but whilst we're there, it's just gonna be a really incredible end of summer staycation, just kind of making the most of the end of summer, the last of the sunshine. So yeah, it should be a really lovely couple of days. It's just gonna be super relaxing, super unwinding, and just really, really chilled out to celebrate this lovely one's 29th birthday. Well, my goodness me, that is a grand entrance. How beautiful is this? Can you imagine this being your walkway up to your home? That would be the dream, but wow, what a beautiful entrance. I'm already getting garden inspo, border inspiration. Look at their climbing roses on the front door. That is the dream. I am not going to lie, I think this might be the most incredible room we have ever stayed in. Let me give you a room tour because this room is absolutely beautiful. We've got Monsieur Alexander James there. Literally, you look like the Lord of the Manor right now, just chilling in your armchair. Already enjoying the birthday celebrations.
I'm Lord what's his name? Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not being funny, but Lord Alexander is quite fitting. How stunning is this? We've got, I believe, a suite here at the Lainston, and oh my word, I'm taking all the interior inspo. It's kind of similar actually with regards to kind of detailing as South Lodge. I'm so obsessed with this paneling detailing. It is absolutely stunning. And look at that 4-poster bed. I think this is a king size bed. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never stayed in a 4-poster bed before. This is going to be so incredible. We've got wraparound windows as well, which is lovely. We've got a view out here. Oh, it is so beautiful. We've got a lovely blue sky day today. And then we've got some gardens over here. I've just been having a little peek out. I love these windows as well. Are they easy to open? I'm gonna open it up. Oh, I don't think I can open that, Alex. Maybe you need to unlock it. Oh, there we go. Unlock it. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, that is just incredible. And look at the gardens outside. That is so beautiful. We're definitely going to have to go and explore the grounds properly because I think the grounds here are just stunning. But yes, so we've got like a little seating area here, which is lovely. We've got 2 desks, which is amazing. So I can take that one for makeup. Alex can take this one if he wants to do any writing or anything like that. We've just chucked our bags in. Got an amazing mirror here, which is lovely. A full-length mirror. Look at all of this paneling. It's just absolutely incredible. And then the bathroom. Oh my goodness me. Look at this bathroom. It's not what I expected from this room, to tell you the truth. It's a bit more modern, but I feel like they've done it so well. I love the his and hers sinks. There's nothing we love more than his and hers sinks. And one thing that they always do at exclusive hotels is Molton Brown goodies. They are just lovely. So which ones do we have here? We have Indian cress. I don't think I've ever tried that. We have my absolute favorite, which Alex has been loving, the aftershave of the coastal cypress and sea fennel. And then we've also got the purifying conditioner with Indian cress again. That sounds lovely. I think this is also coastal cypress, my favorite from Molten Browns. That is so incredible. And then, oh my word, this shower, look at the size of this. Oh my word, that is the most amazing waterfall shower. So I think a bath and a shower are definitely on the cards tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have never had a bath with stained glass windows either side of me, but there's a first time for everything. Oh my word, this is just absolutely insane. Well, we have just come down to the lawn, grabbed some drinks. This one is already enjoying the sunshine.
I've got a drink. I'm sat out in the sun with music.
Couldn't think of anything better. Soaking up the end of summer sunshine. Look at what I can see. My view in front of me. How incredible is this? It's just absolutely stunning.
I thought you were going to be very cute on the camera.
Yeah, this is my view. My other lovely view. Looking incredible, but I mean, look at this. It's just so insane. Such a perfect little just lawn to sit out on, to enjoy the sunshine, have some lovely drinks. I could not think of anything better. I hope you can hear me over the wind. It is a very blustery day today, but we are off on an adventure. I want to go and find the kitchen garden and have a little explore, because we're coming to the end of harvest season, but I'm hoping there's going to be some beautiful inspiration at the garden. Where are we? Just over here? Ooh, you know there is nothing I love more than a kitchen garden. And oh,
excuse me, I'm offended.
Okay, Alex and a kitchen garden. Oh my goodness me, this kitchen garden is beautiful. Wow, they've got so much growing. He spotted the barbecue. Heading straight. We've got leeks. Oh, lovely. I'm gonna have to have a proper look, but we're going straight towards the barbecues because... No, mine are sweet peas. These are beans. You can't actually... Oh, mulch too. Oh, these are the sweet peas, Alex, look. Mine are going over now, but they're beautiful. I love that climber as well. Oh, okay, I'm trying to keep up. They must have to do, they must do...
This must be one of those,
This is where the cookery course is, yeah. We should definitely look into that. I think that would be amazing. Oh, the big green egg. It is green, it is big, and it is an egg. Right, we're leaving that one in his element, exploring all of the barbecues over there. And I'm gonna have a look at what is growing, because I'm actually really impressed. Like, there is still a lot left to be harvested. We've got courgettes over here, which I'd never seen yellow courgettes before. Oh, we've got rhubarb growing over here. I'm surprised they're not in forces, actually. Normally, whenever you see rhubarb growing at places like this, they always have them in rhubarb forces, but I guess they do grow a bit quicker when they're left out in the sun. Look at the size of some of those tomatoes. Oh my goodness me, I don't know if you can see them on camera. But does anybody have any idea what a pine berry is? I thought these were strawberries, but apparently they are pine berries, which I'm not going to lie to you, I have never heard of before. We've got pumpkins growing over here and some squashes as well. The size of that pumpkin. Oh, he looks like he's going to be a good one. We've just found the little terrace garden that our room overlooks. So those windows, that is our room there. We are staying in the Sycamore. If anyone ever wants to book it, it is an absolutely beautiful suite. And look how gorgeous this little terrace garden is. Oh, you really are a fan of dahlias, honestly. It is another dahlia. Alex keeps pointing to flowers and going, that's a nice flower, that's a nice flower, and every time it's a different type of dahlia. I don't know what kind these are, but they are beautiful. The most stunning kind of like burnt orange colour. You're getting a photo of the bumblebee.
Yeah.
Oh, he's having a good old nibble there, isn't he?
He's just doing him.
So we've just come back up to the room now, and I have just started running myself a pre-dinner bath, and I cannot tell you how incredible it smells in here. I've of course used the Molten Brown sea fennel, cypress and sea fennel. Oh my gosh, it creates amazing bubbles actually. I'm very impressed, and oh, does this not just look like the most incredible bath? I'm gonna put the TV on, have a lovely soak, get myself all lovely and relaxed before dinner. When I tell you that that was one of the best baths I think I have ever had, I am not joking. Oh my goodness me. There is nothing better. Please tell me any bath goers agree with me. There is nothing better than like a piping hot bath with an open window beside you and you just get that beautiful breeze coming in. That is exactly what we had this evening. It was just blissful. So I've just got myself ready for the evening, just topped up my makeup a little bit. I've done a little bit of a winged liner. I've just done a bit of a half up, half down look with my hair, and I've just got dressed for dinner. I'm kind of loving the outfit tonight. It's just very understated, very... I keep wanting to say demure. Honestly, TikTok sometimes ruins me because I say things that like other people don't understand, and I don't know if any of you guys know the demure trend, but I'm obsessed with it. It's very demure, very cutesy, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I've just got this little khaki green skirt, which now that we're heading into autumn, I feel like it is time to bring it out. I just absolutely love a slip skirt for dinner. I feel like there's nothing that's just like easier but more elevated and classic. I've got my little H&M slingbacks on, which I always adore, and I feel like they have just changed the game for me when it comes to not feeling like I have to wear heels when I want to look a little bit more elevated. I've also got my little H&M cardigan on, which you would have seen in my recent H&M haul, and I really feel like this is one of those cardies that is just so versatile. Like you can wear it with so many different things. You can wear it for a bit more of an evening look. You can wear it with like linen trousers or jeans, and it's so much more daytime. I absolutely love it, and I feel like the green with the black just works so well together. And then bag wise, I've got my little Hobbs Beauty, which I absolutely adore. It's a little 90s shoulder bag. It does have a crossbody strap as well. I feature this in my little high street that looks high-end video, and I've just been so obsessed since. I've been very excited for when I can first wear it, and I felt like tonight was just the perfect night because especially when you're staying at the hotel, there's not a lot you need with you, so I feel like you don't need the biggest bag in the world. It's super handy because all I need really is my phone, my vlogging camera, and my room key, which is absolutely amazing. So that is tonight's OOTN outfit of the night. Alex has just come in to join us to show his outfit of the evening. I always love you in a polo. Let me just show this up close because look at this. Hang on, stop moving. Look at this polo. It's got lobsters on it because you're my lobster. I absolutely love this. You've got a gorgeous pair of linen trousers on, cute little boat shoes, and my little lobster tee. I love it. Looking absolutely gorgeous. You ready for dinner? You excited for your birthday meal?
I am actually. I'm very excited.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah, and I was also practicing my Prado walks.
It was gorgeous. We were voguing.
Thank you.
Right, let's head down. We're both starving and very excited for dinner. So we are having dinner tonight at the Avenue, and I didn't realise, but the chef for the Avenue is actually Tom Hamblett, who is one of the latest winners of MasterChef, The Professionals. So I think tonight is going to be absolutely delicious. I'm really looking forward to it. There's a little picture of Tom here. Here he is. I'm not gonna lie, this bread looks absolutely delicious. We have Japanese milk bread, and I feel like you know you're at a very bougie establishment when there are three, not one, not two, but three butters to choose from. Which butter are you going for?
It's got to be the beef.
I was going to say, if you go for garlic, you have to tell me so I go for garlic too. Because we can't have one of us going for garlic and not the other.
I'm completely butchering what the name is because
I know,
it was so eloquent, but in my mind, all I heard was beef dripping.
That's the one you're going for.
Yorkshire delicacy, beef dripping.
That is the face of a good decision. You're looking at that like, oh yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Alex has gone for the lobster, I've gone for the prawns, and the sommelier has brought us each over a different white wine to enjoy. And I think we've got red wine to have with our mains as well.
So the sommelier has actually taken the food we've ordered and then paired a glass of wine to each one of our dishes.
That.
So he's paired a white wine.
What have you got? Do you remember?
Perfectly to mine.
I think mine was a Sauvignon. Was yours a Chardonnay?
I can't remember. It was a Spanish wine.
Oh, no, that's the red.
No, that's also.
Is that also Spanish? Oh, interesting. You're red Spanish as well.
Yeah. And he's given you a white wine to pair perfectly with your.
Incredible, isn't it? Well,
Really?
Cheers, my darling.
Cheers.
Happy birthday. Yummy. Oh, this looks incredible. Well, good morning, Mompets. As you can see, we are back home now, and we have been greeted with the most beautiful sunshine. Can you see that streaming in through the kitchen window? Honestly, this view always just makes me so happy. I love sunny mornings in the kitchen because we just get the most beautiful natural light in here. It's my absolute favorite. But I actually didn't end up vlogging it yesterday, our last kind of morning at Lainston, because to be perfectly honest with you, we just had the laziest morning. There was literally nothing to show for it. There was nothing to vlog. We ended up getting a late checkout of our suite, which was such a dream. That suite was incredible. We did not want to leave it. I think it is safe to say that's the most incredible room I've ever stayed at any hotel ever. It was so beautiful. In fact, one of the staff did tell us that they often use that as the bridal suite because it's one of their best suites that they've got there. So definitely, if you are heading to Lainston House, request Sycamore because it is such a beautiful room. And Lainston House itself, oh my word, we just had the most incredible stay. We got so lucky with the weather. It was like really lovely sunshine, that kind of like end of summer sunshine where you're just soaking up every last minute. And you know, when you kind of like sit outside, when the sun's out, it's lovely and warm, but then it does get a little bit breezy. So yesterday we literally laid in bed till about 9 o'clock, which is absolutely ridiculous. Obviously I woke up at like 6:30, 7 because I am that person. I cannot lie in anymore. Please tell me I'm not the only person that's like this, but when you kind of like get used to a earlier wake up time, like an earlier, I was gonna say like body alarm, like my body clock wakes up earlier now. So we woke up at 7, just laid in bed, had teas, coffees, it was so lovely. And then meandered down to breakfast for like 9, half 9, which was honestly the laziest time I think I've ever had breakfast ever. And then because we had a late checkout, we could come back to the room, shower, get dressed for the day, just chill out until about midday. And then after checking out, we actually ended up staying for a couple more hours because we just did not want to leave. The vibe at Lainston House is just so wonderful, so calm, so peaceful. So we stayed, had a couple of drinks on the lawn again, and then headed home. We actually as well did stop off on the way home at an antique store, which I've been really wanting to visit, and I may have picked up a couple of bits which I really want to show you. But it honestly was just the most incredible stay, and I would love to go back at different times of year. I love going to these places at different times of year and just seeing the vibes. I feel like obviously now it's very much end of summer, all of the kind of like flowers are going over, and it's just very like very beautifully early autumnal, you know what I mean? But I feel like at Christmas, oh my word, I would so love to go back and visit at Christmas. In fact, we got chatting to a member of staff as well, and he said that they have so many people that visit at Christmas that visit regularly. They've got one couple that have apparently been coming for 15 years, which is just absolutely insane. So it really was the most incredible visit. And of course I took a lot of interior inspo, hence the visit to the antique store, because I was very much in the mood for some new antique purchases. And I really love shopping antiques. I feel like it really encourages you to kind of think about that slow design, and really encourages you to like really consider your purchases before adding things into your home, before changing things up. And I'm really loving doing that at the moment. I feel like I have been so much kinder with myself with this house than I ever have before. Even though they were only rented properties, I always felt like so much of a rush, like get things finished. Maybe it is because we've bought this house that it just feels a little bit different. And I feel so much more content with being a lot slower with our design and a lot more considered with our purchases. So let me show you what I picked up, because I'm so obsessed with my little antique finds. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this spot has become my new favorite place for a cozy little catch up. And as we are heading into autumn, I feel like we're gonna find ourselves here an awful lot. And I thought this would be the perfect place to do a bit of a home haul, particularly an antique home haul, because I need to be very careful with these pieces. So I feel like the sofa is a good place to put them because it's soft, it's delicate. I was even warned by the store owner that one of the pieces is so delicate, if you lift it from the top, it will fall apart. Like he said to me, please do not lift it from the top, lift it from where you're supposed to hang it. And all of these pieces that I picked up are decor items. They're all pieces to like put on the wall and just add a little bit more personality and character to the house, because as I said, we've been very slow with regards to the design in this house. And one of the things I've been itching to do is to put things up on the wall. We've had blank walls for a really long time. In fact, this is the only wall behind me that actually has like bits on it and looks somewhat complete, like looks a lot more finished than the rest of the house. The rest of the house is very plain, it's very blank, and I think I may have finally gotten Alex to agree to do paneling. We both agreed we weren't going to do anything quickly, and we weren't just going to like chuck up panels on the wall, because we wanted to live with the space, we wanted to see what worked. And obviously there's so many different types of paneling you can choose. Like there's more traditional, there's a bit more modern, like there's so many different kind of like variations. And he has always been a little bit unsure. Sorry, I feel like I'm flashing you there. I got my little Suzanne shirt on, and I'm wondering if I've got one too many buttons undone. Oh no, it's not my bra, it's just the shirt that is okay. Anyway, carrying on. There's so many different types of paneling, and I have always been a fan. I love paneling in a home. I just feel like it adds so much design, so much detail, and actually that's something that I love about going to stay in manor houses. I feel like our stay at Lainston is what sealed the deal. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, essentially, because he saw how beautifully it can be done and how different it looks in every single space, in every single room. And I love going to manor houses. I love going to countryside escapes, because they are complete. Like the interiors, the design, the decor is always just beautiful. It's flawless. Every single radiator is covered, every single wall has paneling on, or there's artwork, there's lamps, there's tissue box covers. Like everything has been thought through, and it is just the dream. It's the goal that I want to get to eventually. But as I said, we've only been here for 6 months, which has gone so quickly already. I can so understand why it takes some people like 5 years to do things in their home, because the time just flies. And even though we've been here 6 months, it simultaneously feels like we've been here for 2 minutes, but also for like 20 years. I feel like the second we moved into this house, it was home. And that's what makes it feel like we've been here so much longer, because it's felt like home from day dot. So simultaneously, it feels like we've been here for such a long time. And at the same time, I cannot believe how quickly the time has gone. So not rambling on anymore, let me show you what we've got, because this first print, oh my goodness me, both Alex and I fell in love with it. And I feel like it's quite rare for both you and your partner to be like drawn to something, and this is something that's very, very special to Alex and I. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this here. It is absolutely huge and so heavy. This is the piece that I was warned, do not pick up from the top, it will break. So it's got like a wire on the back for us to hang it, but it's this amazing vintage map of Scotland. Now, if you don't know, Alex and I have a very special connection to Scotland. I think the first little kind of like getaway or like holiday that we ever went on was actually a Valentine's trip to Edinburgh, and we ended up making it a bit of a tradition. I think we went back like 2 or 3 years running, and it might have been COVID that stopped it. I can't remember exactly, but it's somewhere that is just so special to us. And actually we ended up getting engaged on the Isle of Skye. So it's somewhere that I feel like has so much history in our relationship. It's so special to us. Both of us have Scottish heritage, so it really is such a special place. So when we both saw this, we just, without a doubt, like, we need that in our lives. We need that print. That is beautiful. I say print, it's not a print, it's an old map. In fact, you can see, I feel like the back is one of my favorites. Let me see if I can turn it around whilst being very delicate. But look at the back, you can see like where it's been folded, and even at the bottom there's like writing, which I would love to actually explore a little bit more. In fact, I wonder if it says a date on here, because I don't actually know when this dates back to. It would be so cool to find out. It's got an address of where it's come from, which is so cool. Apparently order number 6809, or is that the vintage store? That potentially might just be the vintage store, but how cool is that? So we were thinking of popping this up in the kitchen, and I think this is kind of how I've convinced him to do the paneling. I'll talk through my kind of ideas and what I'm thinking of doing in the kitchen, because it probably won't be a quick process, and again, it won't be something that happens overnight. We're really going to be thinking about this and like sitting on the idea for a little while to make sure that we're both happy. But I think this would just be such an amazing print to put up in the kitchen. I keep saying print, obviously it's not a print, it is a vintage antique map, but such an amazing piece of artwork to pop up in the kitchen. Something so unique and so special. I could not be more in love with this. I then picked up a few more frames to pop some photos in, and then we can just pop around the house, because I think it's so lovely to have actual photos of you, your family, like your relationship, to have personal photos around your home. As much as I love artwork and clocks and mirrors and things like that, nothing is more special than a beautiful photo frame with some gorgeous memories inside. So they're all kind of like match this beautiful like mahogany wood with this gold trim. I absolutely love them. So we've got a few different sizes so that I can pop photos around. I'm not entirely sure which room they're going to go in, but I feel like in the living room and the kitchen it would work so well. I love the mahogany in this room. I just feel like it works so well, and as you can see, I'm loving the antiques because they just just really work with this house. Like I really love leaning into the heritage and like leaning into that kind of like era that this house was obviously built in. And I just thought these were so lovely. So I can print off some photos, put those in. I think that would be really special. Okay, and this last item, I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to need to take you over to it because it is so heavy. I physically cannot lift it. Alex had to bring it in. He had to take it into the car and take it inside because wowee, this is such a special piece. Hi. I think I'm literally going to have to come down to this level to show you this incredible mirror. Oh my goodness me. Again, you can tell I'm really loving a particular vibe at the moment. That mahogany wood with the gold trim, it is just something I am obsessed with, and I just love how this mirror looks. But as I said, it is so heavy. I can't even explain to you. I cannot lift it. I don't know what vintage mirrors used to be made out of, but they are definitely like a different breed to modern day mirrors. But I love this kind of like hexagonal print on the side. I just thought that was so beautiful, and I haven't quite decided where this is going to go yet, but I thought this would just be such a beautiful addition into our home. It just looks so vintage, it looks so special, and it was one of those pieces that, again, the second I saw it, I was like, that needs to come home with me. I could not be more in love. So another gorgeous piece to add into our home. It just makes me so excited whenever I pick up these pieces because they feel so much more special than just buying something online. They're obviously so much more unique and you can have a lot more fun with them, in my opinion. So little antique haul, which I couldn't be more in love with. I feel like all of the pieces I picked up are just going to work so well in our home and are going to be such great additions with regards to the decor, with regards to the vibe. I couldn't be more obsessed. Okay, so let's talk kitchen design because I still feel like I need a bit of help and a bit of advice, and I always feel like whenever I have like ideas or visions, you're the ones that I need to sound it out with. Like your guys' opinions are amazing. I always feel like you give very impartial advice, which I find so helpful. And even though I've got the go ahead with regards to paneling from Alex, I'm still really undecided about the style of paneling we go for, because I personally really like shiplap. I think shiplap looks so amazing in a kitchen, but Alex has told me that he thinks it looks like a garden fence. So I don't think I'm gonna get the go ahead on that particular style. However, something a little bit maybe more classic, maybe a bit more kind of like boxy and a bit square, I think would work so well. So I'm going to need your advice and opinions. Honestly, it's so funny because most people will call their best friends, they'll FaceTime their sister to be like, what do you think? What's your opinion? Not me. I ask you guys for your opinion because this is the space we are styling, and it's a space that I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely adore, but it's felt unfinished for a really long time. Now, if you've been around here for a little while, you'll probably know that I like to call this space my little slice of limewood, which Alex cringes at me every time I call it that, but it really is. I took this directly from Limewood House, this kind of inspiration with the like more kind of armchairy, like living room type chairs in a kitchen area. I've got the most beautiful vintage table in the middle, which I love. It's like so old and so bashed about, but that is what I absolutely adore about it. Like you can see marks, you can see water stains and all of that jazz, but I just absolutely adore it. And it's also a space that I feel like people are always surprised to hear it's actually really well used. It's a very high traffic area. Alex and I sit here every morning. We have our morning tea, our coffee, we have breakfast here. We'll often sit here for lunch. If it's just like a quick and easy lunch, we'll sit here. I do work here a lot. I'll sit at my laptop. I love being able to look out the window. And it's also an area that I feel like looks very lived in. That is something with me with regards to my interior style. I like it to look lived in. I like it to look like a home because at the end of the day, it is. Hence why we've got the shoes there, which again was actually inspired by Limewood. They have like hunter wellies lining the doors. And I really loved that style. So we've just got our garden shoes there, which are so handy to have because it means you can just chuck them on and run outside. You don't have to like go looking for a pair of trainers to wear. So I really love this area, but as I said, it felt very unfinished for a very long period of time. And I just popped the little Scotland map there because I feel like this is just going to be the perfect addition. Now, one thing about this wall is obviously it's a very big, very expansive wall. So I didn't want just to have like one thing. I kind of want to zone it a little bit, which is what I think the paneling is going to do. So my idea, my kind of vision is to basically panel up to like maybe this line, panel about half of the wall, and then on the top half we have the Scotland print, and then either side of the Scotland print we have sconces. So beautiful lights that we can turn it on and off, because we don't have a lamp in here. And as you know, I've been on the hunt for a lamp for so long, because you know when you come down and it's still dark and you don't want the main lights, because we've got spotlights in the kitchen which are very harsh, they're very stark, and at 5:30 in the morning you do not need to have stark lighting. You want something really cozy and really lovely. So I think sconces would really soften the lighting in here and would be so lovely. So that's my kind of vision, and I think the print would just work so well in this room. The second I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that is a kitchen print. Sorry, I know I keep calling it print. The kitchen map, the kitchen art piece, antique, whatever you want to call it. I just knew that it would work so well in here. I feel like the color scheme works really well as well. And speaking of color scheme, oh my goodness me, I feel like I've had such a change of heart with regards to the color scheme in the kitchen. For the longest time, pretty much since we moved in, sorry about the lighting, there we go. For the longest time since we moved in, I always said that I wanted the kitchen to have pops of red. And I feel like there has been one thing that has changed my mind on that, and it's my new butter dish. I showed you guys this in, was it the last vlog? Yes, I think it was the last vlog when I went to Stockbridge. Had a mind blank there when I went to Stockbridge. I picked this up and I'm so in love with it. It's the most beautiful design, and it's kind of reaffirmed to me how much I adore blue in a kitchen. And I feel like I've been inadvertently adding blue into the kitchen without even realizing it. Like we've had this blue, what's this called? Oh my gosh, why is my mind blanking over everything? Oven gloves. These blue oven gloves for ages, which is like a William Morris print. Other than that, it's very neutral. We've got like lots of browns and everything like that. And then obviously I've got the blue footstool. Now the reason that's blue is because that used to be in Alex's office and his office was blue and I just moved it down, didn't really think about it. But actually, it's kind of making me think that subconsciously, I've been adding blue into this kitchen without even realizing it. So I kind of feel like my dreams of having like pops of red in the kitchen are kind of squashed. And I don't know if I'm upset about that. I would love to have a room where we have pops of red, because I do love red in a home. I just think it works so well. And I think if you do it right, it can be so impactful. But I don't know which room it would work in. I've kind of been like slowly zoning out the red ever since moving into this house. So I don't know, maybe down the line, I'll be able to bring it back out again and we'll be able to make it work somewhere. Maybe it's just a seasonal thing. We do red in like November, December. I don't know, but I think in the kitchen, the color scheme is gonna switch slightly. It's gonna be pops of blue. And I do think having like beautiful Nancy Meyer inspired kind of like ginger jars and things like that would work so well in this room. I would also love to add more artwork to this little kind of like, I don't know what you'd call this beam that we have in the kitchen. I think it would be really cool to add some more kind of like prints, maybe like little individual, just really unique pieces. Again, great places to look for at antiques stores. So yeah, the kitchen's really gonna be changing and I'm really excited about it. So I would love your opinions with regards to the paneling. It's not gonna be happening anytime soon because that's more of like a weekend job. That's very much an Alex job. I don't think I will be capable of doing the paneling myself. I'm a strong, independent woman, but I'm not really trusted with DIY because I usually go wrong with it. So that is going to be an Alex job, and that is very much going to be like a weekend job, and we don't have a spare weekend for the entirety of September. We actually have our best friend's wedding coming up this week, which I'm so excited about. Emily and James, which you've met on the vlog a few times, are getting married, and I'm so excited. And then yeah, after that, every single September we're seeing friends, we're seeing family, we've got another wedding, we've got my sister's wedding. So we are so busy in September, so it probably won't happen for maybe a couple of months, at least not until October. So plenty of time for you to give your opinions and for us to create a little bit of a plan and to make sure that when we do put the paneling up, it is exactly what we want. We are so clear on our vision and it looks absolutely perfect. So yes, let me know your thoughts with regards to the color schemes, with regards to the paneling and the kind of style and design of the kitchen. I'm so excited to finally be making headway in this room and to finally start making it feel a little bit more complete. Oh my goodness, speaking of Emily and James's wedding, whoo, we're a little bit blown out there. Speaking of Emily and James's wedding, I have been so excited for their wedding card to arrive, and that probably sounds really weird because who the hell's excited about a wedding card? But when I explain to you how special this card is, I just had to unbox this with you. So Emily, look away now if you are watching, because you will be receiving this on your wedding day. This is a little order I placed with Wish cards, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd never heard of Wish cards up until now, but since discovering them, I do not want to buy any other cards. I just think they are so unbelievably special. The whole premise of the card is that you can make a wish with your cards. So I've got a few here that I wanted to show you. So this is going to be the card going to Emily and James on their wedding day. So it's just got these cute little stars holding hands, and I don't know if you can see that there, but there is a little bit of wax and a wick attached to the card. So all the cards come with a match, which honestly I just think is the cutest thing ever. And the whole premise is that you light the match, you light the candle, and you make a wish, and then you can blow out the candle together. And honestly, when I tell you, my heart melted when I first discovered these. I was like, that is the cutest gift, so that they can make a wish together as a married couple for like the beginning of their relationship. I honestly just think that is the cutest thing ever. So I've got one here for Emily and James, and then as I said, I've also got my sister's wedding coming up, so I think that one is really sweet for my sister. And then as you can see, it's literally got the little strip so you can light the match together. So the match is on here on this one, which are honestly, I just absolutely melted my heart when I discovered these. And then this one I think is really cute as well. It's just like a little birdie flying off with a rose, which I think is lovely. So it can be a birthday card, it can be a Valentine's card, but I think I'm going to be using them as wedding cards for the newlyweds. I honestly just think that is so special. So I wanted to show you that because, as I said, I know it's really weird to be excited about a wedding card, but when they're this special, I've never seen anything like that. It's just so unique, and I fell in love with them. So I'm going to be giving that to Emily and James to make a wish as newlyweds and as a newly married couple. Honestly, I just am so excited to give this to them. I just think that is the cutest thing ever. I'm not gonna lie, I've basically spent the best part of the afternoon having a little bit of fun with these frames. I've just been putting a few images in, which I just think is so lovely. As photos of your loved ones, of memories, I think is so, so special. And I always love black and white photos because I just feel like it looks a little bit more curated, and it means it goes in like every single room. So I've got a little photo in there. I'm going to need to get one of the innards that you put. What are they actually called? They're like inserts. Oh, you can see yourself there. Look at me actually being a professional YouTuber with a tripod. Normally you're balanced on like shampoo bottles, wine glasses, but I had my tripod out, so I was like, better actually use it. But this one needs like one of those inserts, the innards that you put in the frames. Don't know the technical term. Can you tell? Not an art connoisseur, but yeah, and then it will be easier to get a photo to put in there. I just think that's such a lovely one as well. And then this one again needs an innard. I have been trying to play about with it. Obviously it's gone very squint because it does not fit in the frame, but let me show you this, because this is actually, maybe I should take it out of the frame so that you don't get the reflection. This was actually a birthday present I got for Alex, and again, can you tell we really do love Scotland, because this is actually a print. It's still a little bit bent. I think I might put a book on top of this so that it flattens out a bit, but this was a print that I got off Etsy, and all it said, the kind of title of it was the Highlands, a Highland landscape, I think it was called. I'll see if I can find it and leave it linked down below, but I just fell in love with this. Both Alex and I love landscape portraits. In fact, we were talking about this when we were at Lainston because they had beautiful artwork everywhere, and I kept pointing ones out, and he said, you know what, I really love a lot of what you've pointed out, but the ones I really, really like is always a landscape. And I'm so glad that he said that, because I actually got this for him for his birthday. So yeah, I really love this. We've got like little Highland coos down here. It's like a river flowing, and then the amazing mountainous landscape is just so cool. And it's such a like moody design. I absolutely loved it. So I think it will work really well with this frame, as long as I do get an innard. I don't know where I can get them from. I'm guessing I can just like measure the frame and order it off Amazon, potentially. Not an art connoisseur in the slightest, but I really liked that as well. And it just got me thinking about some of the artwork that we've maybe like brought over from the old house that we've not actually had a chance to put up yet. There's actually quite a few bits. I'm not going to lie, as I said, the walls are still looking very bare, and we still have a lot that like we are waiting to like find the right place for, and waiting to see where it works. It's quite difficult sometimes coming from an older property, as in like coming from a previous property where obviously you designed it and like you've done everything to the house because you kind of like planned things for that property, whereas like you come to your new house and even if you love something, it might not necessarily work. So I'm not sure if all of these are going to stay and if all of them are going to be put up. First of all, I definitely think will stay, and I do love this, is my fisheye mirror. I love a fisheye mirror, and actually I bought this again inspired by lime wood. Can you tell I'm a little bit obsessed? I just love country manor kind of interiors and decor. I just think it's so, so cool. And they had a fisheye mirror above the mantle at Limewood, if I remember correctly, and I loved it. And I actually found this at HomeSense. I would definitely say my top two recommendations when it comes to buying mirrors or artwork is either antique stores or HomeSense. They're the two most affordable places, and you can find some really beautiful things. I mean, obviously granted, if you're not an art connoisseur like me and you don't actually care about buying like, you know, real genuine, amazing artist designs. Like Alex's parents, they had some amazing artwork up in their home, and they're the kind of like, they will get it commissioned and it's absolutely beautiful. That's not really my style. I just don't know enough about art to kind of like make that, like justify the cost of that. So I'd much rather get something a little bit more affordable that I just personally like to look at. That's what everyone says, to be fair, about art, is that the value is in whether you like it. So yes, I love the fisheye mirror. I think it's so cool and I need to find a place for it. It's got a black frame with a gold trim. Can you tell? I love the gold trims. I didn't even realize I was doing it that deliberately. I then also from HomeSense have my saxophonist, who I really want to put up somewhere, but again, I've not quite found the right place. I feel like this worked really well when there was more of a red theme going on, but now that I've said goodbye to red, I don't know if you can tell, but the background behind him is like very pinky. It might work well in my office, especially because it's kind of a matching print to the ballerina that I have on my office shelves, in my dressing room, sorry, not my office, in my dressing room shelves. It kind of matches that, and it's got the most beautiful, like ornate, antique gold frame. Again, this was another HomeSense find, which I absolutely adore and just want to make work, because we used to have this in the hallway of the old house, and every time somebody came to visit, we'd always get compliments on it. I just think he's amazing. He's done it in a very like impressionist style, which I do love. Impressionist painting, I mean, as I said, not an art connoisseur, but I do love an impressionist painting. You can't not love a Monet painting. And then lastly, again, can you tell we love Scotland? This was actually, try not to let them fall, this was a Desenio print, which I do absolutely adore, and I can't remember where we used to have this, maybe in Alex's old office. Another little Highland Coo. Can you tell we love the Highland Coos? We love Scotland, but if you love something, just let it run wild in your home, in my opinion. So yeah, I love that as well. I think this might be like a good bathroom print, which I know sounds really weird, but I feel like you always need like a good toilet print. That could actually go in the downstairs toilet because it is quite grey in there. This is a very like bluey grey print. That might work actually. So yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun at playing about with these and thinking about where they're going to go. But as I said, it definitely won't be for a little while because weekends are just so busy in September. But I'm thinking like October, November is the time that we can really get our spark back. And at least now we can kind of get prepared for it, so that by the time it rolls around, when we are wanting to put things on the wall, we maybe have just like a better understanding and a better idea of where we want things to go, how we want it to style up. So yeah, I feel like I'm already getting a bit of my spark back and feeling that kind of like autumnal shift when it comes to home styling. I always find at this time of year, I get my spark back whenever it comes to interior design, because I know I'm gonna be spending like the next 6 months indoors, staring at the same four walls, and you just want it to be as beautiful, as curated, and as somewhat completed as you can possibly say it is. Somewhat finished. Okay, so before I sign off the vlog for today, there's something else that I wanted to show you that I have been re-adding into my wardrobe. Let's pop you there, because I'm not gonna lie, this is probably a bit of a weird thing to be talking about on the internet, but I feel like we're pals at this point. Like, there's no secrets here. What's the phrase I'm thinking of? Is it no holes barred? I think that's the phrase I'm trying to say. I do this thing and everyone around me laughs so much every time I do it, where I like mix up phrases. So like I'll change a word in a phrase and it will like completely change the meaning. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but like, let's say for example, instead of saying like when life gives you lemons, I'll be like, oh yeah, when the house gives you lemons, or when life gives you limes. Like, everyone always laughs so much when I do it. And so I'm always now really scared to say phrases just in case I've like muddled it up in my head. I don't know if it's a dyslexic thing or if it's just a weird Ellie quirk thing that I don't know, but I think that's the phrase I'm trying to say. And basically what I'm trying to say by that is that we have no secrets here, and I feel like we can talk about everything. And I wanted to talk about my underwear, because it was after going to Lainston the other day and wearing the slip skirt that I got thinking about it, and I realized I needed to order more. So I placed an order off Amazon. I ordered 2 or 3, but I thought I'd just show you the one box. You don't need to see a full collection of panties, but these are hands down the best no VL pants I have in my life. I am someone, and I feel like a lot of you guys are going to relate to me on this, and as I said, this is very personal, and so I'm glad that it's just going to stay between us two, but I don't like itty bitty little panties. Don't like a thong. I don't like a G-string or anything like that, even like a Brazilian that like comes down really low. I feel like I'm not being like held in. Like, I like to feel like I'm being held in by my underwear, and it has been so difficult for me to find no VPL pants that actually feel like they are covering me. If you don't know what no VPL pants are, they're basically no visible panty line. That's what VPL stands for. So when you're wearing things like slip skirts or even like a lot of trousers, it's really clear when you can like see your pant line, and it just looks very, I don't know, just looks a bit, I don't want to say tacky, but you know what I mean? Like, it just, your outfit looks a bit incomplete. I feel like it just looks so much more seamless. You look so much more chic when you can't see your underwear underneath. So I picked up these from Amazon. I first discovered them, I think last year, and now they are the only no VPL pants that I will wear. They are the Fantasy Smooth Ease One Size Second Skin feeling. And I was really concerned when it said one size, but as someone who's like a 12, 14, they do stretch. So I'm really, really happy about that. So I do think they will fit pretty much majority of sizes. I do hate the term one size because there's definitely sizes that will not fit these. So I do wish that they did like a small, medium, large. It would make it a lot easier, but they really are the best no VPL pants. So I'll forgive them for that. I love the fact that they actually cover like all butt cheeks. There's nothing hanging out. Like, I don't feel like it's like riding up or anything like that. They don't feel uncomfortable, and the best part is they actually come quite high-waisted. I much prefer pants that are high-waisted on me, and underwear that just secures me, holds me in, makes me feel like I'm not falling out. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you about those after I'd ordered a couple more because they're just the best, and I have so many in my collection now. They are honestly all that I use. So I'll leave a link down below to Amazon that you can shop them next day delivery. So easy. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave this vlog here because there's been a lot to show you. There's been a lot going on this week, and it's been a lovely one. Another week where I really do feel like we are just making the most of the end of summer, rolling into early autumn. And as I said, it's a very busy September, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a really, really lovely month. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you got to the end, do we comment pants, or is that just ridiculous? Go on, comment pants down below so I know who got to the end and so I know who my girls are. Comment down below, pants, in your comment. And I hope you guys have the loveliest evening. I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.